Just start up this little hill, and here comes a buck. The first thing I do is I just start grunting. As he's coming toward me, he's coming straight toward me.
Wow, that is a monster 8-point.
And he's kind of starting to lose interest a little bit. I do some more snort wheezing.
He's turning, he's turning.
Got the hammer cocked, pull the trigger, he disappears.
Go get on him.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. She Outdoor Apparel, her adventure starts here. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Ghost Blind, not seeing is believing. And by Ram Outdoorsman. There are a lot of places to go in this big wide world, and the new Ram Outdoorsman can get you to every one of them. Larry comes to Timberghost.
You know, when you come to Iowa, Iowa's got the reputation of producing some really outstanding, big antlered, big bodied, corn-fed deer. I mean, delicious to eat, good to look at, and absolutely great fun to hunt.
For Mr. Whitetail Larry Wisehoon, this will be a ghost story without pottery making. And when it comes to whitetail bucks, there won't be any medium involved. Iowa? The man asked in Field of Dreams. I could have sworn this was heaven. And for Larry Wisehoon, Timberghost Ranch in southeast Iowa may be the next best thing.
First morning, got up, and I mean, there is frost on the pumpkin, it's cold, and going out, you just feel this excitement. Rut's just about to get started, but we've got a full moon, and I mean, it is a bright full moon.
Right here. Let's sit right here so we got a good view of this shelf, and then down here.
We got set up in one spot. To me, it looked like the ideal place that I could set up and kind of get around just as I wanted to. And I'm sitting there, and we'd rattle a little bit, and nothing really had responded like you expected to. And all of a sudden, here come 4 or 5 does and fawns, and I'm glassing them down in the bottom. When those does came out, I kind of thought, well, maybe there might be a buck behind, but I didn't set up the pistol immediately on the shooting sticks as I probably should have. I was too busy glassing. Just about that time, I looked back down.
Coming right at us.
And here comes this absolute gorgeous old buck.
He's got some good brows. Double brows. Well, he's got at least 10 points, but
and he's coming right up to the hill, coming right up here, almost to me. I mean, right to my right.
See if I can get on.
And all I can do is just move very slowly, and watch this buck, because just to my right is this old doe, and she has got her ears pointed forward, she's got her nose pointed toward me, and she is watching every move that I make.
That deer was right here.
Oh my God, you know, here was an absolute monster buck. Would I have shot him if I'd have gotten a chance to? Probably. I mean, he was that kind of a deer. He's probably in the 160s or so. Be a fool not to shoot at him, but I didn't get the shot.
Best thing about hunting whitetail deer is they can be so elusive. You know, it's not like hunting a herd of elk where you can follow the herd around. You know, these deer are sneaky, and it takes so much time and energy to put into shooting a large trophy whitetail.
But that buck didn't care for a little bit. No way to move. I should have just picked my gun up right away when I saw him. Good morning on me.
Yeah, definitely.
On the ground and deer moving and bucks looking at does. You want to try a little bit further down the ridge?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's another hill that goes over. We'll drop on the other side of it.
Good.
See what we can come up with.
When it comes to whitetail tactics, I think one of the things that you've got to remember all the time is, as the seasons change, the whitetail deer change somewhat, particularly the bucks. In coming to Timberghost, my thoughts were, we're going to be here during the early pre-rut. Just about the time the bucks are starting to move around a lot, they're working scrapes, not yet in that chasing state. Coming in here, my hopes and prayers were really that we could get out and rattle up a lot of bucks. As it works out, sometimes things change. We had a lot of wet weather right before we got here, and the temperatures dropped. Wind direction changed, cloud cover would come and go, and honestly, the rut seemed to get started a little bit sooner than what we expected it to. But as things change, you have to change. But when those bucks weren't responding like I thought they really should, we changed our tactics, which meant more of a still hunting situation. Going into an area very slowly, setting up in some of these hollows where they were cutting across the tops of these ridges, dropping off into these little hollows. I mean, things really just changed, but you have to continually be changing your tactics. Don't just set upon the fact that this is the way that I hunt and this is the way I'm going to hunt to the exclusion of every other method that's out there.
Larry and Shannon put their tactics to use, but does it help them? Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by Buck Bomb, blows away traditional scents. Ghost Blind, not seeing is believing. Silver Zyme, the ultimate hybrid technology scent elimination spray, backed by science, doubted by no one. And by Otis, from the front lines to the hunt of a lifetime. Timberghost Ranch lies in the bluff country of Iowa that's home to some of the biggest whitetails in the world, and where the ranch has free range and preserve hunting on thousands of acres. Timberghost has both free range and preserve hunting, high fence and low fence, and it's a debate that persists in the world of whitetail and the subject of Larry's world of management. Brought to you by Ghost Blind. Not seeing is believing.
Whitetail deer hunting, high fence, low fence, pros, cons. With the high fence situation, those deer grow up in a confined area. They've got something to eat on a daily basis. They're very well fed, very well managed. Bucks aren't taken until they're maybe 4, 5, or 6 years of age, and you can expect to see a lot of deer and learn a lot about whitetail deer. The negative side of it, when you get right down to it, is really just the public's perception. The public perceives that it is an enclosed area that these animals can't escape from. Well, they grow up there. They get to be 4 or 5 years of age. They have plenty to eat. Low fence, a lot of fun to hunt. Narrowed seasons, lifting bag limits, maybe not hunting at the most opportune time in terms of when the rut's going on, as you can if you hunt on a preserve. So everybody has their own opinion. The world of whitetail these days includes high fence hunting and includes low fence hunting. I truly enjoy both of them.
There's a dead buck right there. That's a shame.
Yeah, a typical 12, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. He died today.
Yeah, he just died. God almighty, what a deer.
That's a dang shame.
That is a shame. Look at the size of that deer. Well, I guess we shoot him right now.
Can't be my guess. Looks like he got his horns hung up on there. That's too bad.
That is way too bad. That's one of the things that happens though when you got a lot of bucks and they're fighting, and look at the neck.
Yeah, he was rutting. I wonder if he got gored or something.
It's just easy for him to sit down and do the same thing.
Well, he's right up. Let's sit right on this ridge right there.
Whenever Larry's not out hunting, he likes to stop into his favorite store, Cabela's. He loves to come in and admire the work and details of the sets and the animals, talk to the staff, do a little shopping, and pick up some ammo.
Go out the third morning into an area that Shannon was very familiar with.
There's a good set of downfall right here on this edge of this ridge where we can set up.
Okay.
Let's hop in on the other side, and I'm going to pull a tree behind you and see if I can get the horns going.
I'll get right in the V right there.
Yeah,
with those
that'll be
trees
perfect.
are.
Perfect.
All these down in there.
I get set up between two, kind of the crux of two logs, and just an ideal place, good bottom down below us. He does some rattling, I do some grunting, nothing shows up. We sit there for a while because generally those big mature bucks don't really show up sometimes until about 20 minutes after you quit rattling. It gets to be about 30 minutes and he comes in behind me and he says,
I'm not too happy.
we get up and he start walking up to the top of the crest of the hill there, and as we do, all of a sudden, here comes a buck with a doe. I catch a glimpse of him. He's a monstrous 8-point.
There goes the doe.
He drops off a little bit. The doe disappears.
Let's see if we can work down towards him. All right, he stopped. I don't see his doe anymore. He stopped in that thicket stuff over there.
And, you know, in the moment, we don't know whether we try to rattle, whether we try to grunt. And just about that time, I see Shannon. He's moving a little bit to the side.
All right, Larry, he's looking right at us.
He looks, he says, Larry, he's right below this little ridge, just where it drops off.
I can just barely maybe see an antler. Tell me when he moves.
When he turns his head, let's take a couple steps. All right, let's do it. Let's try to get up to this log up here, this old stump. Looks like a pretty good angle. He's a big 8-point. You're all clear, go ahead.
Finally, I get up there where he is.
You see now?
Yeah, I do.
There he is. He's kind of standing there looking at us.
He's a good deer.
Boy, he's got an awesome shape to him, doesn't he?
He does.
He is a slick 8, no kickers, the kind of buck that I have been looking for all year long.
I think he sees something over here, but he's not real sure what it is.
He's not figured out, I think, quite yet what we are. He knows it's something that's not supposed to be there, but is it something that's challenging him? Is it something that creates interest, that makes him want to come back? So the first thing I do is I just start grunting.
Come on, buddy. Don't go down the hill.
He took a few steps toward us.
He's coming right at us. Larry, if you like him and you want to shoot him, I'd get ready.
Look, see if I can get to that stump.
Wow, that is a monster 8-point.
Winchester's World of Whitetail is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. Nikon, the trusted name in optics. She Outdoor Apparel, her adventure starts here. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation, education, and ethical hunting worldwide. Buck Bomb blows away traditional scents. Ram, and the new Ram Outdoorsman. There are a lot of places to go in this big wide world, and the Ram Outdoorsman can take you there.
We get up, just start up this little hill, and guess what? Here comes a buck. He's a monstrous 8-point.
He turns his head, let's take a couple steps.
So the first thing I do is I just start grunting. He took a few steps toward us.
Larry, if you like him and you want to shoot him, I'd get ready.
Look, see if I can get to that stump.
Now there's a little stump out there in front of me, and normally I shoot off of shooting sticks, but I got to thinking about it. That's a good solid rest.
All right, he turned his head, and let's see if we can get a different angle.
I get down, I crawl up there. And I start grunting at him. And he's coming toward me. He's coming straight toward me.
Here he comes.
Coming this way.
And he's kind of starting to lose interest a little bit.
He's turning.
Turning, yeah, I'll stay there.
Sitting broadside.
He starts to walk away. I've got the perfect angle at him where I can put one behind the back rib, got the hammer cocked.
He's hit hard. I think it may be a little bit far back. We're gonna get on him. No, he's gone.
Yep. He's down by the creek.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is a big old.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Shannon, good gosh. What a way to go.
I love big, slick 8-points like that.
You do. I do too. I'll tell you what, that is a superb buck, but I think I may have pulled him.
Yeah.
He may be a little bit farther back than I wanted him to.
Let's try to find where we first shot him at.
Okay.
And then we'll see if we can find some blood working down the hill.
We start looking. We look up on top of the hill. We look down below the hill. We follow all these little draws. Can't find any blood at all. Start walking back to where I'd left my shooting sticks up there on top of the hill, and as I'm going right back to recreate that shot, I walk by this little sapling.
My stump is right there.
I look to where I shot from.
It's right there where he was.
I had shot right straight through that sapling. That's what had deflected that bullet from hitting up here where it was supposed to. So now we know the deer has been hit. If you do hit a deer and you make a bad shot, such as I did in this instance, I think it is so very, very important that you just keep on. You keep looking for that deer.
Well, Larry, we covered a lot of ground.
We did.
All the fingers in here. We actually shot the deer here, and all the valleys that run through in this direction, everything. And we even covered the grass flats that run through this field here. So our only other option is crossing those grass flats and coming across the creek down into this point that runs along this way. So we'll just pop across the creek right down where we left off.
So we get down to the creek, cross the creek, got about an hour and a half left to find this deer before it gets dark. Work the creek bottom, back and forth, tall grass, get over to the creek bottom one more time, and I'm walking right along the edge of the creek.
Oh my gosh, look here. I think we found a trail of him.
Guess what? Here are spots of blood. You can see where this deer crawled out of this creek.
A lot of blood right there, here. Came right across here.
Yeah, there's some good blood right there.
He had crossed at a deep spot, crossed over.
He's heading right into that old rub line over
Yeah,
there.
he is.
We find blood, blood, blood.
Hey there.
Yeah. Look up ahead of us.
Look, it's sticking
I
up
see
there.
that white.
Look, it's sticking up there, man.
He is down.
We have horns. Look at that.
I see his horns.
Oh my gosh, look at the horns on that thing.
That
too.
is a monster 8-point, isn't it?
Oh, he has got it all, Shannon. He's look at the brow tines, look at the mass.
That is awesome.
Thank you. What a deer. You talk about a great hunting experience.
Well,
and
we
a,
have
and a
fun
good
here, don't
lesson. Oh, we do, but the good lesson today is don't give up. Don't ever give up and just keep on looking, and that's what we did. And finally found a blood trail coming out of that water.
So Mr. Whitetail finds the ghost of the timber at Timberghost on Winchester's World of Whitetail.